Again, if you guys missed yesterday, Talk went insane. He was literally 1v3ing. The solo plays were disgusting. Mist is going to get in on it this time. It's a pass and play between Talk and Mist. Talk sets him up from the sidewall. AJ doesn't get a touch on it at all. Or, okay, excuse me, did get a touch on it. Not bad from Nick on Aura. Their spotting of each other has looked incredible, but the defense actually is looking a bit better for the time being. Finally, that last follow-up from Eris is what puts Nick on Aura to equalizer.
Great stuff coming in from is much better than what it looked like on paper, because on paper that 3-0 looked kind of rough, especially with the score lines in that 3-0.
Oh man, and well, I mean, they're trying to get a 3-0 of their own. Obviously, Abjack takes this one up, slows it down. It's a stop from AJ, but these follow-throughs, I gotta give it to Nick.
Side needing to get it past one, not able to though. Harris is gonna be there. Clear comes through, and we're heading back the other way, and my goodness, are you kidding me? Absolute nastiness as AJ gets the follow-up. Yikes, wow. Missed with a perfect setup.
There, and then it's just an easy open setup for everybody to try and tie things up, and they do. And here comes that third goal in. Another great setup right off of the kickoff. And again, it's the same thing. These Nick on Aura touches just falling straight into the hands of a pineapple.
Nick's only chance. Here we go. Over up high, sends it down. The infield pass is there, but it's off target. And Talk gets the save, looking to kill it. Going to Pineapple take game number 1.
Oh man, I liked that last.
Read it perfectly. And Jack gets a save here to start things out. Gonna maybe need to get another one, but that's not gonna be the case. Talk, my goodness, up high, able to slot it into the upper 90. And that's just great cleanup coming in from him.
It really is, and I gotta give it to Pineapple as a whole.
AJ off the backboard for the double to the middle. Off the backboard again. The double, the triple, the follow-up is there though from Talk. Either way, my goodness, it took a village.
It really did. That first setup there from AJ, and then that's like a technical four, but it definitely at least 2 or 3 on that one. Pineapple up 2-0 as Eris tries to air dribble this one in. It will find its way through. Quick responses is what Nick on Aura were missing before. They cut that lead in half. Just an easy, chill shot off the
other way yet again. Eris is able to collect it, sends it up to the corner to Abjack. Infield pass is there. The double attempt comes through, and it squeaks on by. Kofor scores.
Yeah, let's take a look back at this one. Finally, Nick on Aura are doing a really good job of setting each other up to get around. But
backboard to AJ, but wasn't able to get the connection there. Eris now squeaks it through, but my goodness, the defense holds, but only for so long. Kofor gets the cleanup, and now Nick on Aura find themselves staring down the barrel of potentially tying this series up.
I gotta give it to Mist. He managed to... I think he's gonna try and spot Talk, but it's stopped in its tracks. And Pineapple still trailing by 1. It's up in the air. He got one more chance, but it looks like apparently Jack's gonna try and kill this one. Still pops up in reg. And there it is. The ball gets killed. Game number 2 goes to Nick on.
Good from Kofor. Enough to delay Pineapple just for now. Mist still looking for something. Here we go. And that's it. Left it off for Talk. My goodness. Yeah, you can see the setup was there. And I was a little confused what he was going to do with it, but Talk came through like a wrecking ball to clean it up. And
very solid team all the way around. I mean, you've got AJ and Talk, who are 2 very mechanical players, but the same can be said for Jack. He finds a tiny gap in the defense on his cheat up there after the kickoff. He just followed that ball as it went, and it's the same as always. No.
Line probably feel a little bit more comfortable as yet again they're deep into this Nick half, and Mist is able to clean it up. I mean, right now, if you can see, this pressure is just relentless on the Nick on Aura half. They can't stop it.
Every few seconds or so. And right now, Nick on Aura, they've had a little bit more pressure offensively. They've taken a decent amount more shots as well. And finally, they find a gap, find their way on through it. I was waiting for this one. I felt like eventually the pressure was just going to be a bit too much. So a forced 3v1 on AJ. I think AJ actually might have gotten bumped taking their shots again.
Now is it going to be Talk with the solo play? He got past 1. Can he get past 2? He does! Talk does it in overtime, clutching up again for this Pineapple roster. The shot will not be denied. The bump wasn't even needed. So clean.
It's such a mind game there at the end too. Just a straight 1v1 onto, excuse me, that is just a little bit different than Nick on Aura. Of course, you got this young gun kid coming on in, proving himself time and time again with two very top players from North America. And I mean, this is a moment to really prove yourself, not only to AJ and Mist, but to the best. So I think Talk's performance has been incredible. He's holding up to the pressure very, very well. 1v1 Eris versus Talk, though, is going to Eris, the other young gun, showing up and proving himself.
Yeah, that was close. If Talk would have won that one out, I mean, that would have just been absolutely insane at this time. You know, the pros, they're just lurking. You know, you see them in the chat, and you're like, okay, they're here. But no, they were talking yesterday while Talk was scoring, and definitely making a name for himself in front of the entire community. And yesterday and today combined, you can just make a highlight reel.
That's almost got the angle on that one too. No boost though. Around the corner, big bump from Eris though, to let Kofer's shot get walked in. 45 seconds into this game, number 4, we've got 4 goals in net already. Bumps and solo plays go.
4 things that you love to see. A lot of goals going down so far. Hopefully both squads can keep up the pace, and that's exactly what they're doing. Talk gets another one on the board. That's his hat trick, and we're only 51 seconds in. Now, yesterday he scored 7 goals by himself.
One has really just been the name of the game to getting a win, but Mist gonna try and turn it into 2. Follow-up might go on in. This one will. AJ to give Pineapple the double lead.
Yeah, Pineapple answers back, make sure that they can get this cushion. And you can see, even if the save had magically come through, gets it past 1. Abjack doesn't get the touch, but it looked like a little bit of a double fake out coming through. Now, my goodness, if this was coordinated and this was all on purpose, this was incredible faking coming in from Nick on Aura.
Oh, this is 100% intentional. They communicated and left it there. I think
it's left. Let's tie this one up and force an overtime at least if they want to extend their lives in this tournament. Remember, the winner of this tournament will be guaranteed top 4, walking away with $2,000. Or excuse me, the winner of this series will be guaranteed $2,000 at least. And the loser...
Send them into the semifinal against RMC, but Nick on Aura want to try and force this all the way to Champions Field, and they don't get the opportunity to do so. The man, the myth, technically the kid legend, off the backboard for the double to end it all. They will be facing off against Reddles, Magic, and Cheese later in the semifinal today. Congratulations to them.
Went against RMC, and RMC really just put on an offensive show that NRG weren't really able to stop too well. So if NRG can potentially get out to an early advantage, as they do, maybe they'll be able to hang on to that low scoring advantage and get these 1-0 advantages, these 2-0 games.
Continuing on for NRG as this one falls back out to that orange half. Arsenal's going to try and 1v1 it by himself. His split goes wide, but the follow does come through from none other than Evo.
Evo clutching it up. He's been pretty solid for this Dignitas roster on the defensive end.
Pressure's still going to keep going for NRG. It's Dizzy's clear over to Evo that actually is going to go on through. That stops momentum in its tracks for NRG. For so long, there's been a lot of pressure, but a pinch clear off the ceiling. And honestly,
there, couldn't line it up. And yeah, it looks like this one more than likely is going to end with Dignitas taking it. Unless we can see some major heroics here. As it doesn't get killed, it stays up. Another kill attempt comes out, but NRG are still there. Stizzy now, it's up to him. Nobody able to get it down just quite yet. NRG still surviving. But there we go. It's going to finally get brought down. Dignitas.
A lot of these plays, unless the opportunity is really, you know, being given to them on the NRG half here. And Stizzy going to find his way through off this one, but I feel like, again, that is pretty much the perfect way to describe this. Is NRG feel like if you take, 50 shots, eventually something's going to find its way through. The difference is right now, that bump or that demo to really open up a path, whereas Dignitas have been doing that. You see the bump come from Stizzy onto Zanil. You see the setup come through to Arsenal. It's exactly what I was saying. Dignitas are doing what NRG are low-key wishing they were, and that's the biggest difference maker, is that because Dignitas is so Stizzy to fend off again, and that would have needed to find its way on through if NRG wanted a chance to try and tie things up. But for now, this one is going to hit the ground. Game number 2 goes to Dignitas, and so does Match Point. Now, NRG's defense is definitely leveled up and matched the pressure they've been faced to challenge with, but unfortunately everything just comes crumbling down at the 45-second mark. Evo put it up to the backboard. Arsenal shot was denied, but unfortunately Forzen took everything in his power to put that one through. Now Zanil's gonna try and do the same here, and he will. Aqua got a tiny touch off of it, but this was still all Zanil at the end of the day. Off the ceiling past Arsenal. He gets a dunk from the sky. Cut off. Dignitas. They're going for the solo plays now. Stizzy takes this one down. Reset over one. Follow up from Arsenal to end it all. Dignitas send NRG home.
And in 3-0 fashion, my goodness. Dignitas with a great showing coming out in, honestly, against that. Pineapple have to be weary of that and be able to weather the storm, because the storm is for sure going to come. But right now, Mist says, guess what? I'm going to make it rain myself. 1-0 advantage for Pineapple.
Okay, you got to talk about this weird team bump that went down between RMC in the middle of the field. Reddles and Cheese were kind of locked into
almost a couple minutes in. RMC still looking to get their first one on the board. They find the center. Is it enough? No. Oh, excuse me. Pineapple get it on the board. Excuse me. Had it completely backwards.
Say, it went so fast from them getting to go on the offensive. Spots talk, but Cheese keeps this one out. It's going to float off that backboard there, and Cheese doing everything in his power to try and keep it out, but it's just not enough. Mist had all the pressure in the world to keep this one going and all the boost to take his time with it. The double off the back is nasty.
Talk with a rare miss. We rarely have seen when he has chances on the net to miss them, but hey, regardless, it doesn't matter. They shut out RMC.
Backboard double off. Reddles sends it out. RMC still barely hanging on. Magic Bear is gonna get the beat. This one goes through. And change. You asked me about it, Rum. What is today about? It is all about change. A new Game 2 OT winner between these two teams is officially here.
Yeah, I mean, that was just insane. Honestly, that was so close to going in. Game 1 success that Pineapple found, where they're able to get a few goals on the board and shut out this RMC roster, but a shutout is not going to be on the cards for Game 3 either, as already Cheese getting the early one. He found the game winner in game number 2.
For the challenge off of it, and Cheese was just there to take the shot, but that bump from Magic Bear was so crucial, and now the double, and that is on a tight angle too, to give RMC a 2-goal lead just less than 20 seconds into this Game 3.
I think that, the feeling out process is over for this RMC roster, and they're ready to put pedal to the metal, and they are looking scary in this game number 3.
They definitely are. Everybody getting involved in every which way, but Cheese off the sidewall to just a float center. Insane. They look so different in comparison to what Game 1 and even 2 looked like. Here's another one for Cheese off the backboard. I don't know what changed in the in-between of those two games, but Pineapple, they can't even defend here. All of RMC is low, but they still manage to defend. Mist isn't going to stop there, though. A demo opens up the net here for AJ, and finally a foot forward for Pineapple.
All right, now, Pineapple, you're within 3, and there's still 2:20 left on the clock, so quite a bit of time.
Possession, but Reddles to take away, and it's just a slow shot out mid. Magic Bear takes the opportunity to make the pass and play over to Reddles. 5-1, just like that.
I mean, right now when it rains, it pours. They had a little bit of a lull for a shellacking from RMC, who really put a hurting on Pineapple in this game, and make it 6-1. Why not?
Keep it going. I gotta give it to Magic Bear. He's been fairly involved. Obviously, the first start of that play is on Reynolds versus Mist off the side, but the follow-up, Magic Bear just completely lurking the entire way through. And RMC, one goal away from a Brazil if they want. This one, though, off the kickoff, bounces on up. Cheese gonna take this one away. Sent down by Talk, the player that everybody really has had their eyes on, not even throughout today, but throughout the weekend in general. So I think headed into this next game, that is going to be a big focus for Pineapple, is seeing how they can regain that control.
Try to get this one back in front of the net. Here we go. It's going to be Mist who is able to do it. Cheese leaves it off, and that's dangerous. He essentially gave AJ the alley-oop, and AJ will say thank you very much.
Yeah, Cheese is so low on boost. You're not going to get a strong touch off of that one. And AJ,
the chance. This might be the counter attack to go through. It's off the backboard. Is the cleanup there? Not quite. Reynolds trying to play bully ball to get it in, and there it is. Cheese with the follow-up. That right there is just absolutely unfortunate for Pineapple. They had all the control. It was almost in, and just like not able to get it from Reynolds, and Reynolds tried to go for the double. Couldn't convert on it. Still Cheese giving them a chance, and Magic Bear soars it over. And this right here is just great communication, great teamwork. Cheese up high, knew that he had the bear waiting in the wings, and able to get it right.
Earlier today as well. Great shot on target though from Cheese. Magic Bear to follow through to the backboard. Maybe Reynolds himself can finish it. He will. The butterflies come out, and RMC go up by 2.
RMC doing exactly what they need to get a little bit of comfortability. RMC potentially here going up 3-1 in the series, and that is a dominating lead to have for sure, especially with the way they've been playing. But as I say that, AJ gets it through, and we got to see what happened here.
This is just, honestly, it's just a bad read and a bad challenge from Reynolds. RMC, you're going to have to hold on to this one for life, and Reynolds is going to almost guarantee it's a no. Instead, it's Magic Bear's follow-up that completely deny any chance of getting back into this one. RMC claim match point with a 2-goal lead.
RMC shutting down this Pineapple roster 3 games in a row now.
Solid energy on the defensive end if you are Pineapple, really trying to get back into the swing of things. But I think right now the main focus is their offense. Those pass and plays are back. They're connecting between Mist and Talk. It is just a 1, 2, and through type beat for them, and it's just too much.
I missed, and it's gonna be RMC that have to try again, but they're off the backboard. Another opportunity coming through, a beamer of a shot from Cheese, and that's gonna convert.
That's your playmaker there. You've seen it so many times, but I gotta give credit to both players on the other side of the field.
We'll be walking away with $2 grand in your pocket. To the side of RMC, 1 game away from guarantee yourself in that semifinal. The Mist says not if I have anything to say about it, as he guides this one right past the defense. Cheese tried to get a hand up, but just couldn't. Mist just wins it out, and Reynolds actually
lead with just over 2 minutes left here, and they are trailing by 2 in the series, so you're going to want everything you can. And Mist looking to build on his first shot there. 2-14. Pineapple double up their lead.
Mist has been, they're going to be looking to feed the bear a little bit more. They got 90 seconds left to do it to get back in this one. The bump comes out on the line. Oh my gosh, that was perfect from Magic Bear. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This literally is the bread and butter of this roster. These bumps followed with, whether it's a little awkward here, so he goes off the ceiling and down, but it floats on back. Back pass to Cheese is actually an own goal. He wasn't ready for it, and RMC give up a goal.
Yikes.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, from them in this one to be able to put 4 on the board and keep this RMC squad at bay. So we will be at least going to game number 6 as Pineapple extended again.
Not too bad. And there's no follow-up to come through. Instead, Pineapple take control just for a short moment there. Reynolds to the backboard, double down. Follow from Cheese is in. stages of game one swing back in the favor of RMC.
The offense is popping off early.
Claim that possession before Pineapple can get it away. AJ's demo onto Magic Bear, though, opens up the net. Double off the backboard from Mist, puts them in an equalizer.
Mist putting up numbers. Left it off the backboard. Able to easily.
Boost pops this up mid, Mist to follow. Takes it to the corner, double to center, over to AJ. This one's in. That is such a connected play. They completely pinball in the air around the defense. Nobody high enough to stop them. And just like that,
Roster for the other squad. Doing a great job of just allowing himself set up plays. But as I say that, Magic Bear comes right back with a vengeance. Gets the equalizer off the cleanup.
that is a really nice one too. Again, to that backboard, no defense, but I have to recognize, okay, Cheese's shot doesn't go in. Follow up from Reddles next. The bump play, the float, the touch is through. The RMC rat plays are back. And I was just about to say that if you recognize whoever is lower on boost, and I'm talking about the team as a whole, that's when the attacks find their golden goal here. And here comes Mist off the side, tries to make the double center over to Talk. 0-second goal, completely denied. This one hits the ground. RMC take down Pineapple 4-2.
It doesn't go the distance.
Come out swinging. This is the second time we've seen them take a quick shot towards that net that barely just went off. This one isn't going to go off, though. It's going to go crossbar and in from Creamed.
And the other thing that we do need to point out is TSM has not lost a game in this tournament. They are 6-0.
Yesterday's match against Dignitas, just in your face, show no mercy kind of energy.
Yeah, Stizzy getting the cleanup, though, off the pass from Arsenal. Stizzy left it up for Arsenal. Arsenal said, cool, I'll take this one off the backboard, get the center, and TSM are just holding strong on the defensive end. So a lot of clutch defensive plays coming out for both squads right now. But as I say that, Creams finds the seam in the defense, and Dignitas fall behind 2-1.
I got it. This is a full team thing as well. It started out with hockey, air dribbling. TSM up by 1. Again, like I said, this is very reminiscent of yesterday, but Arsenal bump play off gives Evo the opportunity to quickly respond for Dignitas.
Yeah, Dignitas, you know, already off to much more confidence.
Definitely matching TSM way better than they did yesterday. Just unfortunately for them, TSM do still feel like they are slightly a step above, and this is why Wavy able to solo play out the defense here. He catches it, and it's just a quick turnaround onto Arsenal. Great. That's kind of where a lot of the TSM motivation is coming from. I know Dignitas got to compete a lot of those qualifiers, but TSM definitely fell short from how they wanted to perform before, but they are not doing that here.
TSM pick up the win. Solid defense from Dignitas holds yet again. And they have to watch out for these counterattacks because Evo, he's looking to make the most of it, and he does. Dignitas fight back.
They do. You saw Evo all the way from one end to the other. It's just a 1v1 and a nasty next. But a lot of their touches continue to fall back in that dig half, which allows TSM the opportunity to take so many shots. And unfortunately for them, Dignitas completely crumble at the pressure here.
Crumbling at the worst time.
Two Creams. He's got enough boost to take this to the air. Reset. Air dribble. Tries to go for the dunk. It's down. The follow, though, is through from Wavy. Wavy has been so crucial in so many moments for TSM, and this is just another one. And we're going to get one. Low on boost, though, and a demo from Wavy stops Dignitas in their tracks. They're trying to spot each other, but this ball gets killed. TSM take game number 2.
In a squad like Dig, they're trying to fight back in the series and avoid that 0-3 deficit because you do not want to be in reverse sweep territory, but Wavy might be solidifying that here and now.
Oh man, look at this. The demo comes through, and then Creams goes for the bump on Arsenal. It's wide.
Themselves having, but Arsenal in the mid is going to win that out. The 50 goes his way as well. Now it's up to Stizzy, who should be able to get the goal and does.
Not too bad either from them. I mean, you saw Arsenal finally get that breakaway there for Dignitas, but the demo from Evo, they basically... No, they really did. TSM is going to, you know, be a little bit frustrated that none of that was able to go on in. And now you have an open net here. Stizzy just air dribbled over everyone. I think that might have just been a rough last challenge. You saw Hockey go up there, and it's just a missed challenge. It is free for Stizzy at that point. Dignitas, finally their first.
Heading back the other way for Dignitas now. Oh man, the redirect was there, but the cleanup's good either way. Stizzy does it again. And I will say, Stizzy, props to him. He got the overtime goal. He's also got, you know, this first.
And Hockey is there to bail him out. But yes, this is a much different Dignitas than we've seen before. A lot more aggressive on the offensive front too, working together to push their way on into that net.
And this was all Stizzy, just leaving it off the crossbar. Arsenal chance. They have to do it now if you're TSM. You cannot end this with 0 seconds, and they give themselves enough time. There we go. So TSM, they leave enough time on the board. 11 seconds is more than enough. They can make some interesting plays happen off the kickoff as well. I don't know.
Wavy up for it. 50's off to the side. Unfortunately, Dignitas are the ones to catch, and they actually find their way on in off of that as well. And that right there, it's gonna end it. There's no way at this point. They are coming back into this one. Great shot there from Arsenal, deep from the mid. And 5 seconds left on the clock. This one completely falls away from TSM.
Yeah, no chance, no way. We got ourselves a 2-2 series, as that's going to be another one going in. Evo, adding insult to injury really in this game.
I just feel for them. I'm just staring in disbelief that TSM, those first 2 games, they looked so good and in control of Dignitas, and then Dignitas take this timeout, and I mean, it's literally to a T what Arsenal said. It doesn't matter if you're winning by 5 or by 50. If a team takes a timeout and they use it, you know, resourcefully, trying to solo it by himself, just not enough. Unfortunately for him, TSM, they are all ready to go, but nobody was ready for Evo off of this one from the corner. And Dignitas first to lead.
Evo takes it in from the side and just able to...
Accurate defensive game here, because TSM are going to take way more shots than we've seen in the past, and there is another one of them back-to-back follow-ups. This one goes through. TSM to tie.
Reams leaves it off. Hockey gets the bump onto Evo, and
this is a great attempt though. This one got left by Evo. And now everybody has to race back. Arsenal's got no boost. You can't do anything to it. TSM take that lead back off of a Dignitas attempt to score. They all get held in their own, and a clear from Wavy just
away, but TSM's defense are going to get the clear one more time, send it back the other way, and if you're Dig, you got to just bite the bullet, and you don't have any more timeouts left, so now you're in a position where you more than likely have to win 2 games in a row in order to stay in this series.
6 seconds left here before TSM gets to head on over to match point and the opportunity to take Dignitas down for a chance in the grand finals.
TSM are back on track. So Dignitas already starting out with a solid 50. Put this one in front of the net, and Evo not able to punch it home, but Arsenal is.
What is going on here? I do all this talk up on the Dignitas defense. Wavy, unfortunately, would have had to have...
Does get back, able to save this one away. Keep this one at a 0-0 line. Arsenal looking for the nail in the coffin, and that might be it. Still 1:07 on the clock, but that looks really promising for Dig.
Actually disgusting amount of control there from Arsenal. He caught...
Game 7. And I have no idea what to expect in this, honestly. I truly don't know what version of both teams is about to show up.
I really don't either. I feel like it has been just so heavy back and forth, this time in favor of Dignitas.
Team comebacks in games throughout this series, so just because you get the first goal, it's not going to be a definitive decider that it's going to be all said and done. Arsenal able to get the first one on the board for Dignitas, and that's the right foot this squad wanted to start off on.
I need y'all to know that I've never felt like the biggest traitor. Level of aggression and force, and honestly, experience will also start to come into play a little bit here. You do still have to remember, you know, Arsenal is Arsenal. He's probably talking them through this, but Evo and Stizzy, two extremely mechanical and capable players, just continuing to build.
One since going down 0-2 in games, and I mean, that's just incredible mental from this squad. But hold your horses, because the momentum might be shifting. Wavy getting this one, taking it all the way from the beautiful pass.
To TSM, really forcing them to try and get out of their own half, and for now they've been successful as far as defending, and I say that as the shot comes through. Eventually, taking 50 shots, yes, something was going to find its way in.
Evo gets it over one and beams it past.
High risk, high reward, and do manage to keep this in their possession for now, but you got to be careful in moments like that. You're low on boost, but now you're up by 2.
Arsenal, beautiful play. You saw the setup, the communication was there. Ars just left it off for Stizzy.
This one's floating, 5 seconds on the clock here. No connect from Wavy. Hockey up next. You gotta keep this up. Wavy tries his best. Arsenal's attempt to kill the ball actually pops it up in the air, but this one still in play. A pop-up caught from Creams into the corner on this one. Hockey into the sky, taking his time here. It's floating towards the ground. This one's popped up. Hockey's gonna take a shot on net. It's set up by Arsenal, and Dignitas have done it. They stopped TSM from doing what they did before, and he talked about how he did want to play Dignitas because he felt like it would be a little bit closer, and that's what they want. They want a challenge. So there's the challenge. Cheese first on the board, though, double off the sidewall. He just runs away with this ball from one end of the field to the other. I mean, they tried to bump Magic Bear off the play, but I do like what I'm seeing. Cheese is extremely involved defensively now. He's been a little quiet in the past. Follow-up from Reynolds is going to go in. There was way too much focus on bumping Cheese out of the way that Reynolds just sneakily comes through, takes his shot, and they go up by 2.
To sit back and watch this Dignitas roster play that grueling 7-game series, so ooh, that was close, but Stizzy gets the cleanup. And I will say that RMC, they had the opportunity to sit back and kind of see exactly how Dignitas want to play and what causes them to shine the brightest.
Everybody's got knowledge on each other. Obviously, after Dignitas played the TSM one, I'm sure RMC was watching it. And unfortunately for them, that knowledge is not helping them out here in these return responses from Dig. They've done 2 incredible setups now. I don't know why, but Cheese just has...
And you know, you said it before the series started. You see in the future a lot of game 7s, a lot of overtimes. But guess what? RMC said, no, sir. Cheese gonna put this one away and putting holes all through that theory.
Arsenal. Arsenal tried to make a small challenge on that one. Unfortunately, just lost it. Cheese's angle was better. And there it is, 10 seconds on the clock. RMC steal the lead. Arsenal's gonna try and, fix this right here, and he will. The setup to Evo to respond, 5 seconds to go.
You have got to be kidding me. RMC, you gotta hold on. Thought it might be Stizzy, but so far throughout this, I'm not sure that's gonna be the case. RMC, for them, I would expect, honestly, at this point, it to be Reynolds. And that's exactly who it's gonna be, is Reynolds. Who's gonna answer the call and make sure that this one doesn't go in Dig's favor. My goodness, RMC clutching it up in OT.
Just a quick stop from Reynolds, too. He popped it out to the side there, was working with Cheese, but recognized that if he just stopped in his tracks and flicked back.
Could have lined it up and put that one on net. Unfortunate for him. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I was about to say, you can't leave it that dangerous in front of the net. Cheese capitalizes on that mistake.
Oh, you can't even freak out for them at that point. I mean, RMC are so weirdly close to each other. Pretty much were able to keep it for the rest of it in its hole. So we're going to see if RMC does it again, or does Dignitas respond just as quickly? They do. Stizzy to Evo to equalize game 2.
Hey, I mean, listen, if Dig can do a good job of putting it in front of their own goal, I mean...
down because they know that Dignitas are capable of these big clears that could be pretty lethal if they are on target, but same could be said for them. Magic Bear over to Reddles. You saw this one pop up from the corner here. He spot him, and that is just a nasty shot from Reddles.
That double would have definitely went through for sure if he had the opportunity to get it, but either way, Dignitas needing to score at the last millisecond here, have to keep it up. You just got to kill it if you're the side of RMC, which looks easier said than done at this point. Still battling to keep it up, and my goodness, Dignitas, they are doing everything in their power. But RMC finally do prevail, and that's going to be a 2-0 advantage.
This is a really great spot. Opening pressure from RMC.
Yeah, really putting Dig on their back foot early and often. But as I say that, Stizzy answers back. So this is what you want out of a timeout. You want to show a little bit of resilience, and Stizzy opens up the floodgates for this Dignitas.
His teammate instead shot intercepted on the ground there by Magic Bear, and RMC just taking their time, not trying to force too much. This one will go through though. 2 players to force onto that last defender there is just a bit too much for poor Cheese to try and defend on his own. Whatever went down in that timeout, it is worked.
Yeah, able to shut out, as I say that, almost shut out this RMC roster for now, as Cheese immediately gets a goal as I start that sentence.
This is full team effort too.
To find the equalizer.
Less than 2 minutes to go here, RMC. They need now 2 goals to catch up as this one goes through. Evo and Arsenal working together. That is a great first fake around for Evo, and he just holds Reddles off. Arsenal just trying to extend here by himself. Reset over Magic Bear. This one's in. That is a great solo play from one end of the field to the other. Just what a play. Getting back into the swing of things for Dignitas. So the fact that it's happening again is a great sign. Evo now allotted the space to go for a shot himself. Down to the ground, back to himself. And up 5-1 with 23 to go.
Evo finds it in direct. Another save coming out from Magic. Keep it at 5, so aren't going to be seeing 6 pop up for this squad in Dignitas. I say that, but they're heading back the other way, and maybe, oh man, I was about to say that'd be insane if they get that too, but it's going to stay at 5-1. Either way, a very solid victory on the back of this Dignitas net. So one more time, Evo gets the save. My goodness, finally the defense cracked. It felt like that lasted way longer than it did. RMC, get on the board.
Oh my gosh, there's just a lot of flailing around on both ends. Magic Bear wanted to collect that one. Instead, it falls to Reddles, but he's got no boost in the tank, and yet still manages to take the second touch off this. What on earth?
I mean, that's just Reddles.
RMC still remains. As this one bounces out into the center, Reddles is going to take it. Pass over to Magic Bear. Shot on target and in. Too clinical for Dignitas to stop.
RMC putting on a show in game number 4.
I have no idea, honestly. You do gotta, give it to them. Dignitas do manage to get back into this one with a decent amount of time to try and pull off something here. This one had bounced up. Arsenal just spotted a gap. He saw the RMC. It all.
If the last second goal goes in very, very soon, but no, that's going to be it. So RMC go up 3-1 in the series. I mean, props to this squad for battling back after Dignitas had such a strong performance in game number 3 to bring the series
off. They let Dignitas take that half clear out to mid, and then they go to collect it. But the follow-up this time is just going to be too much for Little Cheese in the net there. Dignitas, they find a gap They find the follow-up, and they take the lead.
Playing solid defense and letting the offensive opportunities come to them.
And they're doing it again, straight off the kickoff here. Arsenal, he spots the space. He recognized that 2 players went up, and it's a 1v1 onto Reddles at that point. And you can, like, that back pass there and are trying to take advantage of it. Evo, though, pushing his way on through, even on no boost. Dignitas still looking control. This is dangerous. It floats on the goal line, just rolls across, and Arsenal spots it and pushes it on in. Dignitas go up 3-0 uncontested. Off this, and pass attempt over to Magic Bear turns into possession for Dignitas, and another goal finds its way into the net.
I mean, when it rains, it pours. My goodness. Arsenal finds another one. Dignitas looking like a completely different squad yet again. It is night.
Very aware that it is just one game at a time getting back into this series.
A third of the way completed on the comeback. They just got to get 2 more. Dignitas, they are on the verge of making...
Just really having to rotate around all the many attempts that Dignitas have put on. They finally get out of their half. It's a demo open opportunity for Magic Bear, and Reddles opened up that path. RMC first on the board.
Yeah, you see the demo coming out from Reddles, and then Cheese gets the second one to convert on what really looked like one of their better chances so far. But just like that, Evo says, you know what, we had a good chance, but this is an even greater one. They find the equalizer. 2 minutes left in this one.
Oh, man. Magic Bear was just following that one all the way here that Dignitas needed so badly.
And you said it earlier. You felt it in your bones. You thought that we'd be going the distance. Well, right now, Reddles is trying to send that prediction into oblivion, as now they've got the 2-1 advantage. Off the backboard, it drops down, but nobody's there. Another clear might solidify it, and that's exactly what happens. The clear comes through from Reddles to cap off the victory, and that's going to be RMC taking the victory in the Esports World Cup Community Cup. That is going to be all she wrote.
Oh, Captain, my captain. There would not be a better way to round this out. All 3 members of RMC getting involved on the offense, finding something here. 1 second left. There's no hope. This one gets killed. RMC are your North American Esports World Cup Community